the shotgun, back to pass. He's going to be hit and dropped. That's a sack, Jack. Give it to Austin Stief. 2 consecutive plays by Stief, and Davenport will get it right back.
Austin Stief with a couple of big plays in a row there and helped spark that defense in that big win over Saginaw Valley. 31-17, Austin Stief, the junior from Orlando, Florida here. And a big win and a satisfying. We were talking with Coach about all sides. The offense, defense, and special teams stepped up, I thought, together. It won maybe the best all-around game for you guys.
Oh, it was amazing to see. It felt like for the last 3 weeks we've been playing complete football. And, you know, it's something that we've wanted to see for a while here, and I feel like we're finally doing it. We're building on each week. We're building on each week. Each week of practices is getting better and better. So it's really nice to see everyone coming together. Everyone's making plays, and it's very complimentary football.
You were honorable mention all GLIAC last year. I voted you a little higher for what it's worth there, but again, a nice honor, and you're going to get some recognition, I'm sure, at the end of this year. You have improved your game. In what way the most, do you think, from last year to this year, Austin?
I would say my athleticism, you know. A lot of times I was focused on strength and, you know, being a big guy, but now, you know, I've been more focused on feeling good and feeling fast and explosive out there, and it's been a big game changer.
How do you do that in the offseason? What do you work on to work on that athleticism in the offseason?
Ankle flexibility, knee flexibility, you know, a lot of workouts where it's not heavy weight, but you're just bending your body and limbs in weird angles that you would never, you know, usually bend them. And, you know, it helps with injury prevention, and it helps with being faster and being able to bend more around the edge.
From Orlando, Florida, a long way from home. Family doesn't get up to see you as much as you'd like to, of course. How do you deal with that big separation? You know, I mean, you can talk on the phone and you know, visit online, but it's nothing like having them right there. How are you dealing with that separation?
You know, it's pretty hard, but up here, you know, I have family. My whole football team, man, those are my brothers. Love those guys. You know, my beautiful girlfriend lives up here. You know, I get to live with her, and then. But, you know, my family, you know, they come a lot, and I get to see different people every week. So it's like one week I get to see my mom, one week I get to see my dad. So, you know, it's spread out nicely, so there's never really too much time that I'm not seeing anybody.
Austin Stief, our guest here. Austin, I want you to think back throughout your playing days, high school, middle school, maybe even before that. Was there a particular coach that really lit the fire under you, that made you realize you can go somewhere with this athletic ability? Was there one coach that really lit that fire?
Yeah, and I always say this is my coach from high school, Doug Gabriel, just brought the best out of me, you know. Wanted what was best for me and brought the best out of me.
Coach Gabriel still coaching?
I think he's coaching at Wekiva High School in Orlando, Florida.
Okay, all right, fantastic. What about this team here? What are your thoughts as far as where this team is, because it seems like they've hit a groove now and they're really playing with a lot of confidence?
Yeah, it really does feel like that. Like I said, my confidence with this team is just at an all-time high. Like, I love the way they're playing football. I love the way everyone's bought in. And, I mean, I'm excited to see where we keep it rolling. You know, we can't have these 3 good games and then, you know, take a back step. We got to keep, you know, taking steps forward, and I'm excited to see if we continue to do that. We should. Practice has been good. Practice was great today, so.
Well, you're a business administration major, and you certainly are very serious about your academics. You were named all-district academic team last year. What do you want to do with that business degree when you do finish up with your football career?
I'd like to be an entrepreneur, maybe of apparel or you know, athletic equipment.
Anybody that in particular that you'd like to work with or around, or is it just in general with apparel?
It's just a general with apparel.
Like to have your own business?
Yeah.
All right, that's fantastic. What do you do for your own time, away from football, away from school? What for your own personal enjoyment? What do you do?
Hanging out with my dog. Got a little puppy now. Up here.
At your place?
Yep.
Tell us about him. Tell us about your puppy.
She's a 5-month-old Cane Corso. She's a big girl.
So how big is she right now?
44 pounds, I think she's
5 months old and she's 44 pounds?
44 pounds.
How big is she going to get?
They probably said like 130, 130.
How does she do with your roommates?
She's good. So she lives with my girlfriend's roommate, and my girlfriend's roommate has a dog, so she has a husky. So they play together all day.
Well, you're a Miami Dolphins fan. It's not been easy being a Dolphins fan right now. Tell us about how you're dealing with that.
My dad knows all about this. It's been it's been rough. It's been rough. But you know what? We're on the come up.
And with that, we welcome the author of that pass joining us right now, Dwan Mathis, the grad student from Oak Park, Michigan, and I tell you what, I know you had a lot to say about it, but big game by Keontae, and especially in that second half, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Really good game. It's everything we see in practice on a day-to-day basis, so kind of surprised you guys, but it didn't surprise us.
You know, we talked with Sparky the first segment about it, and he started to mention that was a focus at halftime, was saying we just got to give Keontae some more shots, and that pass right there I think was a good example of it, right?
Yes, sir. It was a really good example. He's been working hard tremendously all year, not complaining for the ball, so for him to have a good matchup this game and have him open like that and just giving him opportunities to make plays.
Last year you played in 7 games, made 1 start, and it looked like you were just getting in the groove when the injury happened. Let's go back and talk about that and how that derailed your year last year.
It was really unfortunate, to get hurt that late in the year. Things started to get rolling for us. But God works in mysterious ways. I can say I came back a lot smarter, making reads that I was missing last year and just trying to get better each and every day.
Let's go back to that, Dwan, that time when you were injured and couldn't play. What did you focus on? I know you want to get out there and play with your brothers, but you just couldn't do it physically.
Yep.
What did you focus on?
I would say number 1, just getting healthy. Number 2, working on my mentals, becoming a better person on and off the field. And then number 3, when I got back, just taking care of the guys and letting them know that I'm here to stay.
I was talking with Austin about how cool that was to see a guy like Trinidad Chambliss, who was playing GLIAC ball just a couple years ago.
Yep.
And now he's playing Division I on it for a top 10 team in Ole Miss. What does that mean to you as a quarterback in the GLIAC to see one of your compatriots up there at that high level?
It means a lot. I'm happy he took advantage of his opportunity. If I was ever to get a chance to do that, I would hope the same will happen for me. So I'm just excited for him.
I want you to give your overall assessment of your play this year, Dwan. How do you rate? Give me something that you've done well. Give us something that you wish you were doing a little bit better and you can still work on.
Right now, I feel like I'm just leading the guys. I'm doing the little things right. Watching film, my preparation is the biggest thing I would say. I never judge the game off of stats or anything like that, numbers. Sometimes the numbers don't show. Like last game, we have a game where I think I completed, 25% of my passes, but we won the game. I'm judging it more so off wins. One thing I wish I could get back is the Truman game, overtime, just making that throw. Whether it was pressure or not, I got to be ready for that moment and make that play.
Had a terrific high school career at Oak Park High School in the Detroit area. Coach Greg Carter was your coach there. What did Coach Carter teach you?
Coach Carter always told me to stay poised. No matter the moment, it's never too big or too small. Just be myself. I'm always enough.
You transferred directly from Temple as well after playing in the SEC. You had a chance to play under Kirby Smart for a year at Georgia. What was that like? Because Coach Smart is one of the top names in all of college football.
It was really cool. I was just a little bit younger, still developing some of those things that were talked about early on in my career. Later on kind of affected me, and I got better at those things. Like I told you, just mental toughness. That was one of the things that was preached a lot at Georgia, something that I needed to work on, and I've spent a lot of time working on that.
Do you still stay in contact with anybody at Georgia?
No, sir, I do not. A couple of my old teammates, that's about it, but no one from the coaching staff.
All right, you're a sport management major. What are you thinking about doing whenever your football days are done? Where do you want to go with the next step, Dwan?
Either be a really elite quarterback coach somewhere, or just coach my own football team, high school, college. I don't think I want to be a professional guy. It's a lot of extra added on stuff and pressure, but the money's good, so if that ever came about, I'll think about that.
So you'd like to be a quarterback coach and then maybe even tutor young players. That's great as well.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
us about your family and how often they get a chance to see you play.
And I have 2 twin sisters, 3 brothers. My brothers have unfortunately not been able to make it to a game, but I think they're going to make it to the Fairs game. My mom and my dad have been there. Have a great family. I'm so thankful for them and all the things that they taught me as well.
Tell us, Dwan, about what you do away from football, away from school, just for your own personal enjoyment.
I'm a big-time gamer. I love NBA 2K. I'm always playing that. The guys probably tell you that's all I talk about is playing the video game. And then outside of football, watching film. I kind of love football. I'm never away from it, really. I might be away from the building, but I'm always watching football.
Well, that's a sign that you may be a coach in waiting there as well. Who are your roommates?
And I have no roommates right now. I live off campus in an apartment.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
I was going to ask you who's the best gamer in your place, but I guess it's you then, right?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm not going to throw nobody out like that because they'll start arguing with me tomorrow.
All right, let's talk about this team. Seems to be coming in the groove here. There's got to be a confidence level that wasn't here a month ago.
Yep.
Tell us.
I say the groove just came from those tough L's early on in the year. Taught us a lot about ourselves, and as the year went on, we noticed like, hey man, we're one play away. We're messing up these games. If we just focus in and hone in on the details and do the things that we're supposed to do, we can win these games. And now that's what you guys are seeing. So I just want to keep the ball rolling, man, win these last 2 games, get in the playoffs, and see what we can do from there.
And Sparky McEwen rejoins us for the final time, looking ahead to this Saturday's opponent. And it's not often we say this, we're going to play the same team that we played earlier this year, as Davenport's going to take on Northern Michigan University for the second time this year. The first time up there, a victory by Davenport, which was a conference win, 35-16. This is a non-conference game. What's it like playing a team twice? You've done it before. Tell us about the advantages and disadvantages of playing a team twice in the same year.
You know, one of the things is, 13 years I spent coaching professionally, Rick. That was the norm to play, the divisional opponents twice. So I'm very familiar with it. And when the first time that, me and Mr. Loudon, we had this possibility, as a hockey player, he's done it, in division play. He's played teams twice as well. So we understood it, but sometimes with the young people, when you get football players, they're used to coming out of high school and playing an opponent one time. And, we've had a really good conversation about that, and that, we did win that first one, but that was that first one, and that was a long time ago. Our football team is much different than what we had the first time around, and they're much different as well. They got a different quarterback in there, and they've got a couple other pieces that, some guys that have grown up now, and, so they've done a really good job. They've gotten a win since, so they've done a really good job of transitioning, this football team to be an extremely competitive football team.
Yeah, it was good for those guys to get a win. Coach Richardson's third year, they hadn't tasted victory in that. They finally got a win against Roosevelt a couple weeks ago, 42-21, a good win for them as well. You mentioned a couple of guys have changed their role. One thing that hasn't changed is their outstanding running back, Noah Dobert. Number 1 in the league in carries, number 1 in the league in yards, over 1,000 yards rushing. He's number 1 in yards per game, 111 yards per game, and number 3 in touchdowns with 7, trailing, of course, our own touchdown train, Cephas Harris, in that category.
Yeah, it's a scheme that's an extremely tough scheme to stop. Okay, it's a triple option, and there's so many options, within that scheme. They've got a quarterback that can carry it. They've got 2 running backs that can carry it, and now, they've added an extra element of a guy that can throw it a little more, so our hands are going to be full once again, and, it's difficult because schematically, out of all the teams we play, most of the teams, for the most part, have some similarities, but this team has nothing similar to what we have and face on our schedule or in our conference, so we're going to have our hands full. And our players, we had a great meeting today, about, Northern, and that, this is the time that we've got to be able to go into this game and show that we've gotten a lot better from the first time around.
So like playing one of the service academies, right? It's with that triple option. It's just so unique. You just don't, when you're playing other games, you're really not preparing for that at all.
Correct. And, everything you've known to this point, you've got to throw it out. But to answer your first question about it is, that is one of the things that's actually that works in your favor, is that we have faced it. So we know schematically the blocking angles, the fits, all these different things are just different now, So if you have never faced it, it's going to be a little tougher on you. Another, part to this is that our scout team's already, demonstrated that they could help us in practice. So now, once we get back in practice, the guys are familiar with how we practiced before because we played them earlier in the year.
And you have scout team players of the week each week, right?
We do. And, I always tell everyone that, we have a scout team, and those are your future stars. Those are your future Panthers that's going to be stars for us. And all those guys have done a tremendous job for us, and they take pride. They take pride in what we do, and the coordinators, and our assistant coaches make sure, that it resembles, the opponents that we're going to play, So coaches do a really good job of breaking down film and making sure that everyone's on the same page so that our starters, our travel team, could get a good feel for what we're going to face.
I understand we're going to play them twice again next year.
Well, at this point, it looks like that, and, the difficult thing is being in the GLIAC is it's tough scheduling opponents. And if you think it's tough for us, think about this. Teams that are on your non-con schedule, they would have to travel all the way to Marquette. So with the new playoff format, there's extra opportunities to get points when you play someone in region. Obviously, have an opponent from our conference, if they weren't able to find another non-conference game, playing an opponent in our conference. And one year we played Ferris twice, and I think, once again, my whole deal is you have 11 opportunities to line up. I don't want to play 10 games. I want to play 11.